Today from r/JustNO mother-in-law. Mother-in-law is seemingly obsessed with my boobs, and it's creeping me out. There really isn't a way to shorten this long story, so sorry in advance. To start, I, 28 female, feel like my mother-in-law has always been judgy of me. For context, I'm 5'6" and 135 pounds. I'm a size 6 with curves, and she loves to call me fat and chubby. I definitely am not. I think part of this comes from the fact that my mother-in-law is 5'9" and maybe 120 pounds, but she looks like Skeletor. So to her, everyone else is fat. My husband's ex-girlfriend from before we were dating was also about her height and weight, and was straight as a stick, no curves. This is important later. For some reason, once we were all together, my sister-in-law made a remark that bras are really expensive lately. I agreed, and stated the last one I bought was $90. Sister-in-law was shocked, and asked why mine was that expensive. And I said it's because I have an odd size, so I buy from a specialty website. Then she asked what an odd size meant, and I told her I wear 30H. And you can't find that in stores, so I have to buy online. Well, mother-in-law overheard from the next room and said, 30H? That's impossible. Your band size can't be that small, and I know your boobs aren't that big. After back and forth, I explained that they really are. And I wear a sports bra daily to help with back pain, and that's why they look smaller than an H. Mother-in-law then made some rude remarks about how they must be so saggy, and I commented that actually no, since they're always in a sports bra and I have no kids, they're not saggy at all. This is where she went off on me, because she also resents me for not having children. She makes comments that it must be nice to have huge perfect boobs, and that I'll never be a real woman because I won't experience a body after children. And people pay tons of money for that, you know. I think she may have been referencing herself here, because I do know that 15 years ago, she had breast implants, but then had them removed 10 years ago, due to some implant illness or something, and never had any replaced. Anyway, all this happened about a year ago, and she has seemingly been obsessed with my boobs ever since. We recently just came back from a trip to Europe, which she also had comments about, go figure. We had put together a photo album about a month after being back and set it on our coffee table. Last week when mother-in-law was over, she picked it up and started flipping through it. Well, there are pictures from the beaches of Spain, Italy, Greece, and France, where most of the beaches are topless. There are a few photos from the back where I'm clearly not wearing a swimsuit on top, and there was one photo from the front where my boobs are covered, but only because I'm holding 2 alcoholic drinks in front of me. It's also clear that I'm not wearing a top in that. There are also a few photos where I am wearing a top. It's just a really small top, if you know what I mean. A little disclaimer here. I'm really proud of these things, and quite literally, when in Rome. So yes, we took these photos. We have them in a personal album, in our own house, and not one of them are explicit. You can't see nipples in any of the photos, just a lot of underboob and side boob. When she got to these photos, she literally threw the photo album onto the table and made a sound of disgust. She then lectured us on why we shouldn't be going to nude beaches. We definitely tried to say it was the norm in Europe, and most beaches were nude. She then lectured us on taking photos while we were there. She lectured 2 adults on not taking photos of a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. We laughed and I said, sorry if the photos made you uncomfortable, but I will definitely be taking photos on every vacation I go on. She then made a statement that husband's ex would have never done this. And my immediate reply was, yeah, well, she had the body of a 6-year-old boy, so of course she wouldn't have. For some reason that sent her off, and she started yelling at us. At this point, my husband removed her from our home. After a few minutes, when he came back inside, he explained that she really had a close bond with her, and she would sometimes call them twins because they looked so much alike. so she probably took that comment personally. Which I really don't care. Don't come into my house and insult me. It isn't going to work out for you. We're working on my husband's shiny spine, and we're getting there. Although he does want me to apologize for the last comment, I refuse. It was targeted at someone other than her. I feel I have no reason to apologize.